Hello, good morning. Today is Saturday, April, I think, April 26th. And I'm heading into one of my JOBs. Once again, I'm heading into Lowe's, Salem, New Hampshire. Feel free to stop by. One of the things I wanted to talk about, since I had these couple of minutes, as I'm heading into work, situation that went on in Nevada, and with Mr. Bundy, his ranch that his family's had for quite some time, at least a good 20 years, cattle rancher. And the Federal Bureau of Land Management got into his business, and there was a lot of speculation, a lot of different things that were being said. An endangered tortoise, he was grazing on federal lands, which is not true. That's not true, because he's on his own lands. Untapped oil, untapped natural gas, untapped water, groundwater, all this wonderful different types of reasons of why this situation happened. And then of course, the name of the U.S. Senator that at the present moment I can't remember, started getting thrown around. And strangely enough, a lot of information that was originally available online that involved the senator was starting to get deleted. So, out of all the information that was being said and being reported by the normal media, gave way to the story about the senator, as far as setting up for I don't know if it was a wind farm or if it was a solar farm. I'm not exactly sure, but it had something to do with some type of utility deal with his family or neighbor or a person that he knew, and all they needed to do was flex the federal muscle and get Mr. Bundy to yes his way out of it, and allow the senator to do whatever he wanted to do, because of course he's a millionaire. So senators that are well, actually all senators think that they can do whatever they want no matter what. And that's the same thing with the federal government. Federal government can do whatever they want, because that's how they roll. So, but this time around, federal government was definitely in the wrong. Situation was covered by a lot of social media, which is not under the control of who? Yeah, the federal government. Unlike CNN, ABC, NECN, all these different types of news stations, ABC, CBS, ABC, or NBC, whatever. And so, yeah. So, armed protesters, armed militia went to give Mr. Bundy a hand, give him a help. And I guess there was a considerable amount of people showing up, because as the federal government was doing, they were stealing his cows and steers and trying to get him to concede. But he didn't. He stayed straight, and he was like, he called them on the bullshit. He called bullshit. He got support from a lot of people, and then the federal government was like, wow, we can't control this. Too many people know about this, so let's stop what we're doing. Give him back his cows and steers and cattle, and let's get out of here. So this is what we call is poking the bear. And I'm going to tell you right now, the federal government fucked up on this one. They poked the American bear, the American patriot, and now it's awake. The American patriot is awake, and they better not do anything stupid again, because if they do it stupid, we're going to see the American patriot do something. And historically, as Robert Reich is a wonderful public speaker about, is that history tells us things change. And I don't know if you know this, but a couple of 100 years ago, there was this thing called like the American Revolutionary War. So, unless of course the federal government decides to start backtracking and do whatever they need to do in order to appease the American patriot, they have an interesting chapter about to happen. And I'm going to support it 100%. I'm going to support it 100%. So, and that's all I needed to say. Congratulations, Mr. Bundy, on your successful stand against the federal government, and all the people that supported you concerning this dark moment in history, which turned out to be a bright moment in history. You know, the federal government backed down from us. They backed down from us. So, you know what that means. The federal government knows that we have the power. Even though most of us don't know we have the power, we have the power. Yeah. As more and more people start to realize that the American public, middle class, lower class, poverty, whoever you are, we have the power. The only thing is that we can't talk about it, we can't write about it, we can't complain about it. What we need to do, we need to stand up. And I'm not just talking about, you know, protesting and talking out our ass. No, I'm talking about unified protest of silence. But along with the silence, we all need to be, what's that word? Armed American patriots. When millions, I'll say when 200 million American patriots rise up in silent armed protest concerning the federal government, guess what? They have no choice but to say, okay, we won't fuck you anymore. We won't, you know, we won't take any more money from corporations. We'll listen to you from now on. That's the only way. That is the only way we're going to be able to make a difference and make a change. That's it. So, all right. I am now heading into work. Still kind of early, but that's okay. So, mind you, what I just said. For real change in this country, for what we want and the way things should be, 200 million armed American patriots, silent, just show up in front of federal government buildings. That's it. That's all we need to do. That's it. Nothing else. Maybe a big sign, but really probably not. I think they'll get the idea just from that. They will. Believe me. They got the idea with Mr. Bundy and all his supporters. So it works. Have a great Saturday, and be safe out there.